Welcome back. Georgia is still seeing COVID-19 case numbers twice as high as the last peak back in August. Caitlin Heck breaks down the case curve and shows you where some of our central Georgia counties stand.
After a surge in COVID-19 cases over the holidays, we're seeing some signs that Georgia could start to see cases drop again in the next few weeks. Let's take a closer look. Right before the state's 2-week preliminary data window, Georgia averaged about 20,600 new cases a day. That's more than double the last peak in late August at just shy of 10,000 new cases a day, and nearly double last January's peak at more than 11,000. But let's turn our attention back to the preliminary window. Notice that the average starts to drop right at the start of the window around January 3rd. The state's still counting test results from this time frame, so we do typically see these tallies increase some as the state factors in more tests. However, when we see cases drop throughout the entire preliminary window, that in the past has signaled that cases were either starting to drop or at least level off. It's a similar story in Bibb County. Right before the preliminary window, Bibb averaged almost 330 new cases a day. That's compared to the high of 208 during the surge last August. Houston County, on the other hand, does show cases increasing within the preliminary window. Right before that time frame, Houston averaged 309 new cases a day, but that rises to close to 340 less than a week later. We'll continue to watch all of these numbers so we can break down the latest trends for you. I'm Caitlin Heck, 13 WMAZ News.
Thank you, Caitlin. Some other coronavirus headlines tonight. Millions of families starting the week without a monthly deposit from the Child Tax Credit Program after it expired. A bill that includes a provision to extend the credit is currently stalled in the Senate. The credit started as part of the Biden administration's $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief package. The CDC changing COVID guidance for cruise ships to voluntary, and companies can now decide if they will participate. If they don't, they will be designated as gray on the agency's cruise ship color status webpage, which means the CDC has not confirmed or reviewed their safety protocols. If cruise lines opt in, the CDC will work with ships to monitor their COVID-19 preventative measures and track their onboard cases.